Greetings, guys. Thank you for listening to the Buctober podcast, where we talk all about them Pittsburgh Pirates and that. My name is Josh. Today is August 28th. It's a series win against the Padres. Plenty to talk about, but not a sweep. Let's talk about it.
Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt.
Good morning to everybody listening in the morning.
Yeah, it is a good morning there, little man.
Good afternoon and evening to everybody else. Jake's with me again. What's up, Jake? Hold on. I don't have my sound bite.
Sir, how we doing?
We're doing all right. I need to move I haven't reshuffled all of my sound buttons for this show. So we're there. We're there.
Josh, I'm gonna start. I'm hooked.
You're hooked.
I'm hooked. 162-0. Go play it. I didn't realize you were hitting record right there. I'm in the middle of drafting a team. I just got Seattle Mariners 90 through 99. Of course, I'm taking Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, yeah. Of course you are. He's the GOAT.
Just mad I already have a center fielder, so I had to put him at DH.
Okay. I understand. Anyway, speaking of DHs, well, before we get into that, I guess, Pirates won a series against the Padres, which is a good thing, but maybe not good enough, right?
Right.
They really need to find a way to sweep a team or two here. If they win every series from here on out, they have, I think they win 83 games. Okay. So not good enough to get in the postseason. There's going to have to be some sweeps in there. You can't lose a series. Or now all of a sudden you're looking at every series you lose, right? Assuming you win every series from here on out, which means you went on a great run. You know what I mean? And you did really well. If you lose a series, you're saying, okay, now it's 82 wins. If you lose another series, okay, now you're 500. You know what I mean? And so what are you playing for? Obviously, I don't know. I don't want to go down that path right now, but let's talk about the series a little bit in ways that we can. Brian Reynolds his struggles are well documented right now. It's a little bit frustrating. He's also played in every game this year, and it's something that he continues to talk about that he wants to do is play in all 162. I'm asking you right now, maybe not. Maybe let's not do that. You gotta let's get some days off in here. We're falling apart, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I want him to play 162 as well, but not if it's going to cause your production to dip.
And the thing is you can't sit him now. That's the thing. You can't. Well, first off, you can't sit him now for two reasons, right? He's so close to 162, you let him get it. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, Jake, is you can't afford to. You need him right now.
Right.
You should have sat him earlier in the season, and he needs to probably figure this out and understand it, because you cannot, this season is a marathon. These guys aren't taking drugs like they used to back in the 70s and 80s and that. They can't just make it through a season this grueling and not be on something. I'm maybe making it, whatever. You know what I'm saying, though? Let's take a break. Let's sit down. This is bad, and we can't afford it to be bad like this. You got to think about it. If Ryan O'Hearn was healthy and playing, then sure, you'd be able to give him a day off. But he's not. So when everyone's healthy, you've got to find ways to get these guys off their feet for a day or two. You've got to give them a long, if you got a day off, you give them the game off before or after that day off to make sure he gets a couple. And I know that we hate that as fans, right? Oh, it's a third game of the series. Let's sit all our players. But there is some, we got to understand at this point of the season. This is the only time we can talk about this where we can look back and say hindsight's 2020. Because typically it's like, dude, you're getting paid. You need to go out there, and they say this and that. But like, this is what happens to guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Down. Like you look across the way in the division at Ellie De La Cruz, who has played every game. I mean, he's been injured this year, but like last year played all 162, and he started off the first half with 20 homers, and the second half he had 4. And his body's just breaking down. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why that's the trend right now, to take some games off, to get off your legs, to have those rest days. I mean, we see it, we're frustrated about it as fans, you know what I'm saying? Myself included. But I guess this is the fruits of what you go through when you don't take days off.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I wish it wasn't the case, because I like seeing people going out there every day to go to battle. But at the end of the day, I care about the W column. I care about the team's overall production. And if you're not helping with the production because you're in every single game, just take a break, man. Like, it's not a knock. It's not a knock to not play 162. Like, it's special if you do.
Yeah. Well,
and produce.
That's it. Yeah.
But I mean, what's more important? Like, let's look at your stat line at the end of the day, and let's look at that. If you play 154 games instead of 162.
Right. Even, yeah, I mean, we're not going to pick out the number, but yeah, the thing is there are guys who can do it. Let's not, there are guys who can do it, but in order to say you can do it, that would mean that your production doesn't fall apart at the end of the year.
And I wonder, obviously you set apart of this category, the GOAT, and you say, take Cal Ripken Jr. out of this conversation.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to say. I mean? Like, I'm not saying that Cal Ripken Jr. only set that record because he was taking drugs. I say that very loosely when I say that. Like,
yeah,
we know that there were things that people did in those times to stay on the field, and those things would be banned today and they wouldn't be able to take them. Okay. But that doesn't mean everybody did. Right. So like, I'm not incriminating anybody who had long streaks or anything. I'm just saying that was, and he was a little bit later than that was really popular anyway. Like, it's mostly the 70s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so,
but basically what I was going to say is I'm going to exclude him from this particular conversation because he's the best to ever play that many games.
Yeah.
I feel like most of the people that play can hold up and play a 162 without their production dipping are the not big time producers. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not a power hitter, I feel like I'm not using my legs quite as much. Maybe I'm just a second baseman who just plays every day. I'm here plugging away at the 7 or 8 hole, and I'm just here every day.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special to my game, but I'm solid enough to stay in the lineup every day. I'm healthy enough. My production doesn't dip because my production's not crazy off the, I want Brian Reynolds' legs healthy because I want him to be able to hit home runs. He hasn't hit a home run since when? July something?
Yeah.
Like, I need more production out of you, my guy. Like, I need you to be driving the ball right now. And as far as you sit in your legs, when you hit, your legs need to be fresh.
I'm just going back to like 2015, and I want to see the number of players who have played 162 since 2015. 39 guys. 39 guys have played all 162 since, of all the players that have played since 2015, right? And so my thing was, and what I thought I would kind of see in doing this is Rafael Devers, 2025. Okay, he was playing first base that year. Pete Alonso, first baseman. Cody Bellinger in 2018, I believe he played mostly first base there. That was his most, I'm looking at the positions, mostly first base. Nick Castellanos in right field. So that's something. Starlin Castro at second. Then you got Ellie. I just talked about Ellie. Alcides Escobar, all shortstop. Freddie Freeman, first base. Freddie Galvis a couple times at short. Hosmer, first base. Machado at third. There are a couple outfielders in here. Nick Markakis, right field. Okay, let me just look for anybody who is predominantly left field. Juan Soto, left field and DH in 2023. That's it. That's the left fielders.
Yeah.
Juan Soto since 2015 and a couple right fielders. There was one more right fielder in here, two more. Well, Jorge Soler, but he was mostly DH. Same with George Springer, actually. No, he was mostly right field. So, yeah, not a ton of... There's a couple shortstops at the bottom. Swanson and Trey Turner. Matt Olson, obviously, is today's long-standing guy that's been running this.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing it 22, 23, 24, 25.
Yeah, so I guess, the guys who are impact bats are playing a corner infield spot as well.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking is like not only infielders, but mostly first base.
Yeah, and then you get to throw in a guy like, who was that, Escobar? Like, his stats were not anything crazy. He was just there every day playing the game.
Yeah. Now, Trey Turner did have... why does that say? Okay, Trey Turner had a season of 19 homers. Jonathan VR played second, 24 homers. So Dansby Swanson, 25 homers at short, played all 162 when he was at Atlanta. So there are some guys. Yeah, I went back when he was young. Right, he was 25. 28 actually.
Oh, okay.
28. Yeah, and Manny Machado did it at 22 years old and at 25 years old. Nick Markakis is really interesting. Right field with Atlanta, 34 years old. But then you got Ozuna, but he was a DH the whole time. Yeah. Joey Votto at 33 playing first base. So you get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Just take a break, dude.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't go over all of Brian Reynolds' numbers. We'll talk about those at the end of the season, but also everybody's been talking about him right now because it's a hot topic. I didn't want to dive into the numbers. I just wanted to have this conversation.
Sure.
O'Neal Cruz is an impact player, without question, and he's shown us in every way now how impact he could be in this series. Hits the first home run off Mason Miller in a year.
That's crazy, dude. It was a laser too. And
wins the game. On that, that was 1-0 game. O'Neal Cruz, Mason Miller, just unbelievable. It was 1-0, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he throws a guy out at home, which really kept the game close, even though the Pirates ended up not scoring any runs in the last game. But he threw the guy out at home, and just he made a couple good plays defensively since he's come back from the injured list. We just haven't seen any mistakes out there from him. And so in your head, you're like, man, he's actually getting better in center field.
Yeah, while he called off Mangum.
Yeah.
Mangum was pretty much camping.
Yeah.
Drifting. He was drifting. He wasn't camping, but and just he's like, okay, you got it, big guy.
Yeah. Well, and we've heard about that, right? We've heard them talk about that, and they said, we don't want him, we want him to call everything, and we want him to go get it if he can go get it. And so that's something that they've been teaching him to do right now. I think eventually when he starts to get all the things, that'll stop. But for now, they don't want him to be timid. They don't want him to not go after something because he assumes somebody else gets it. They want him to just go. And so, that's been working. But at least those two things, throwing the guy out, the home run, and it was just seeing it the way that they've pitched to him, the way that he's still not chasing, and seems like he's gotten all of that stuff has carried through. I was really nervous that we'd see a different guy, and we haven't. He's obviously the strikeout's still there, but I don't think that's going anywhere for a while. That's just part of his game. And
Yeah.
also that changeup was nasty in that last at bat. We really needed him to come through. It was a very good pitch. So you're going to get beat every once in a while as well.
Speaking of nasty changeups, that one that was thrown to, who was it? Rafi Flores? Dude, that was filthy. I felt bad. Like, I'm looking at Twitter and everyone's like, wow, we really needed him to have a good at bat there. And he's just falling all over himself. I'm like, that pitch was disgusting. Like, every single like most hitters in the league probably look like that on that specific pitch in that specific situation.
Yeah.
Like, it was disgusting. I was like,
Didn't he take it to 3-2 as well?
Yeah.
So the only thing that kept that from being a good at bat was the fact that it was a strikeout.
Yeah.
Basically, in any other way, that's a quality
I
at
believe
bat.
I think he was 0-2. And then got it clear back to 3-2 and he fouled some pitches off. I think it was like a 9-pitch at bat. Like, it was a good AB, but then it just, it was what, our third time in a row having second and third and less than 2 outs.
Yeah,
so
it's
it was
always
more
a strikeout with
frustrating.
nobody out. You can't have it. Brian Reynolds did it one time. It was somebody else another time, and you just can't. You can't have that.
Yeah,
that bullpen is very good, but you can't have that.
Right.
Speaking of, let's talk about Paul Skenes. You got to see it more than once.
Sure.
Okay. He looks very good.
He did.
We saw 98. We saw some different things. Now, we've also seen a lot of these things, Jake. We've seen he's fallen away and he's throwing where he's not going, as Dan Plesac said. We saw the Harold Reynolds talk about showing the ball too much. He's not tucked behind. He's showing the ball a lot. So we're seeing all these guys do breakdowns of what could possibly be wrong. And now I'm watching all those things. His arm's still pretty far back, so the ball's still being shown. But maybe the balance was a little bit better. I mean, we talked about this. If it's mechanics, which both of those things are mechanics, if it's mechanics, that's the dog days. Like, that's fatigue. That is tired. And we talked about the impact of the WBC and how early he got things going this year and how he's really kind of gassed. Well, you only have a handful of starts left. So this is like a little bit of empty the tank time.
Yeah. And
I think you're going to see a few more good starts because of the fact that we're kind of emptying the tank. Like, we're going out there and saying, like, we're getting to the point where I don't have to be ready for 10 more starts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you think there's anything to that? Do you think you're going to see more of that? Or do you think this was, because let's get real. The Padres really didn't score a whole lot in this series.
No, pitching looked really good this series. As far as Skenes goes, I think what you're seeing from him is people around social media, all this different stuff, are kind of calling him out and saying that he's not pitching well. And is he trying to tank? Is he trying to do this and all? And I think he's just like, no, I'm going to dig deep and just give whatever I have left for this season and just come out and like you said, empty the tank. I think he wants to make sure. I think he wants to basically let the fan base know, hey, I've been going through some stuff this year, mechanically or whatever, but I'm not giving up. Like, I'm here to pitch. I'm not here to do anything else but get outs, and I'm gonna empty my tank for you guys, even though it's a little, too late.
Show the fight. Show the
fight. Yeah.
We don't believe professional athletes give up ever. I talk about that all the time. Like, you don't get to the major leagues by giving up. So I just don't. Maybe your focus shifts a little bit from like playoffs to make sure I have a job or make sure I make more money in free agency. Like, sometimes it becomes a personal thing that you're driving for.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I just don't think it's in their blood. I mean, obviously there are some dudes who we've seen give up, but I don't think it's in their blood to give up. If it was, they wouldn't have made it.
Especially a guy like Paul Skenes. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing too, because that guy was so quick. It's not like he had a real grind to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think that he's not really even.
I don't think there's no one on our team that's gonna pack it in.
I mean, obviously we don't know them all personally, but yeah, I mean, I just don't think, and I don't think that, like, listen, if Donnie Kelly does anything good, right? We know that there's a lot of things that we don't like about him, and you guys make sure that you say it every single night on Twitter. You make sure you point out all the things that you hate about what he does, and some of that, like, is valid. Most of that is valid. It doesn't mean he's not going to, like, it's technically his first year.
Yeah.
You know, so like whatever. I didn't expect him to be Craig Counsell right out of the gate. You know what I'm saying? But either way, if he does anything good, which he has, everybody has things they do well. It's that you're not going to give up. You're not going to stop fighting. You are going to try to earn what you're doing. Like that's the kind of culture he's pushing and that he's doing. And like that thing about him has been the good thing. That's the only reason I've defended him through this, is I'm like, no, there are things that he does well. Managing a bullpen might not be one of them. Deciding when to pinch run might not be one of them, or when to take a guy out. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the kinds of lessons he's learning right now. But also I've talked about this. If that's the game plan that they've set before the game and he's carrying out the game plan, then that also might not be his call. I don't know that. So I can't really, like, I can't say that in defense of him.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot that managers don't do anymore that they used to do. It's not part of your job anymore.
So I will say this, like, on that topic, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it was an interview with Murphy in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And they were talking about the GM versus the manager, like who does what. And he's like, they do not tell me how to manage a game.
No.
They do not tell me who to play, what to do, all this stuff. They give me the people and I put it together. Which is interesting because I was on board, not on board, but I was understood to believe that GMs kind of did a lot of what the old managers used to do, but it's not exactly like that at every place. I don't know. I'd love to find out, how much Ben is telling Donnie and how much he told Shelly and all this stuff, but I don't know. It's interesting. I would imagine it varies club to club.
Well, we're seeing all the thing about it is like some of the things that we're complaining about, we saw Shelton do the same thing. What's that tell you?
Yeah.
There's somebody else. It's an organizational thing. I don't think it's Ben Sherrington directly. He's not making the game plan. You know what I'm saying? Ben Sherrington might say, I need this much playing time out of somebody. But I think that'd be out the window in a season like this when you're saying period, full stop, you're going to make the postseason. I think that would be out the window. We're not evaluating players at the major league level anymore. The rebuild's over, supposedly.
Right.
So, like, I don't think that's it, but I think there is still an organizational thing. Like, there is a team. Isn't there a guy on the coaching staff that's literally there for game plans? Like, isn't that part of
probably
our coaching staff?
Yeah.
He's not listed on the page, so I'm not sure who that is. But like, there's literally a job for that, and so they sit down with the coaching staff. It's a joint effort. The coaching staff and everybody's there, and they're essentially saying, these are the types of scenarios that we're willing to do this and willing to do that. Now, a manager should have the ability to pivot off of that if he sees a reason to do that. And I just don't know that Don Kelly has been managing long enough to figure that out. You're talking about Pat Murphy, who had never managed at the major league level, but he had managed for a long time.
Yeah.
Like in the college ranks and the minor leagues, you know what I'm saying? So letting him say like in-game decisions and making gut reaction decisions like that, yeah, full green light. Don Kelly has never done that.
Yeah.
And the only reason that I even remotely try to say, like, give him a chance I'm not working in Major League Baseball. You're not working in Major League Baseball, right? We don't have like, we feel like we know ball a little bit, but we don't have jobs where we're meeting people and getting to know people who are in the major leagues.
Yeah.
Across the board, everybody says that Don Kelly has always been someone who they thought would be managing games. And that they've wholeheartedly believed he's going to be a great manager. No one doesn't say that. They know more than I do. I'm going off their word. I'm going off of what I'm hearing across the spectrum in this game. And I'm just saying, like, all right, I'm here for it. Like, let's see what he's got. But you're not going to find out in 1 year.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Maybe he's not for this team, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe the new manager, like Shelton, like Don Kelly, isn't the right guy for this club. That's a fair criticism of what's going on. It's not that he'll just never be a good manager and he's awful. You got to give him some time to learn the job a little bit. And if you're a team who doesn't have time to learn a job, you know what I'm saying? Like Derek Shelton right now is in Minnesota and they're like, oh, he's doing better there. And it's like, well, he also had 5 years of practice and failure that he's learned from.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I think that goes a long way.
Yeah. I think we make snap judgments too fast with coaches. You got to give them a little run.
Yeah. Again, I don't even want to say like this is an endorsement.
Right.
But from what I'm hearing, this guy is he's been offered other managerial jobs and not taken them. So it's not like we're the only team that would hire him and the only reason he's here is because he's from Pittsburgh. Like, that's not why he was hired. He was hired because he should be a good manager. He turned down those other jobs because he's from Pittsburgh and he had a chance to coach in Pittsburgh. So, like, I get that.
Yeah.
Little Grandma Barker in there, Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, Braxton Ashcraft was called for a balk, and we understand the rule now, but we didn't in the moment. And it seems like there's only one umpire enforcing this, and it cost him a run.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's the correct call according to the book, but
it's only been a rule since 2017.
Yeah. For
those of you out there who didn't know that or said like, why didn't I know about this rule? It's generally pretty new.
Yeah.
And it's only been called twice.
Yeah. And they put it in place because of the new hybrid wind up style, where both you're kind of standing sideways. So it is kind of hard when you're just standing there. It's kind of hard to determine whether you're going from the wind up or the stretch. So you have to actually tell the umpire, hey, I'm going from the wind up. And then the next hitter, hey, I'm still going from the wind up.
And that's the part he didn't do.
And that's the part he didn't do. He said it for the first hitter, and then they got the out, and he did not declare it again. Yeah, in my opinion, hey, while he's on third base, I'm going from the windup.
That's the thing. If it's the next hitter, if you struck him out or he popped out or whatever, like we're still rolling with that. And if you want to undo it, then you say, I'm going to go ahead and work from the stretch. I think you have to declare that you're going to change. I think that'll be a rule change. It'll carry over to the next hitter unless you say otherwise. And then you'll get called a balk because you just went from the stretch and didn't tell him. I get why they're doing it, but I think they'll change the rule.
And it's also only the pitchers that use the hybrid windup.
Yeah.
So if you use the traditional windup, both heels on the rubber, both feet on the rubber, whatever, you don't have to declare because
that's so dumb.
I'm standing, I'm facing you, and you can tell 100% easy tell, hey, he's going from the windup. Like, this is easy. But if he thinks you're going from the stretch and you start your windup, he'll call you for a balk for, extra movement, not coming set.
Yeah. Andy Rodriguez, season-ending hip surgery. You got any thoughts on this?
It was fun while it lasted, bud. I find it hard for him to make his way back onto the into a Pirates uniform.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's finding out that he can't catch. It's too physically demanding on his body. He can't stay healthy. I don't know where else you're going to play. I mean, maybe try to learn third base. Like, I've always thought catchers could make good third basemen, especially somebody as athletic as him.
He plays first base pretty well. He's played some second, but first base he plays pretty well.
Yeah, he
doesn't have the bat for that. I mean, we got Spencer Horwitz there. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't have the bat. I just don't. Well, Horwitz, I would like somebody a little bigger, but I like Horwitz, so I like a taller first baseman. But yeah, I think he could transition to third base. I think that's something that he could learn. But also, like, he's going to be out half of next year too. Like, he's out for about 9 months, right?
I'll trust you on that.
Because
I just saw season ending. I wasn't sure that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it's going to be a rough. This is a huge rough range, but like 6 to 9 months. I mean, he had surgery.
Well, 6 is February. May would be 9 months. So not half the season.
Not half the season, but
yeah,
still, he's going to miss some of the season if he's got to learn a new position. I
well,
just don't
if
think
he has
can be
to,
a catcher.
yeah, that's the thing. And you said this last year, or it was the beginning of this year. Basically, something about him and his health, and saying like, I'm not waiting for him anymore. He's injured. If he's here, great. Otherwise, I'm just thinking about who else is there.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like this is just another one. I mean, he's not healthy ever. And there's been some reports. I think Alex Stump put something out there too today about the fact that Sherrington wanted Endy so bad that they traded for him before the 2020 season was over because he was injured or whatever. And they thought if the Mets saw him play again, they'd never trade him or something like that was the quote. And it's like, yeah, okay, so we're just injured all the time, really. And when he's playing, he's good. So yeah, stay healthy, but I just don't know that he has the power to be a DH.
Right.
I don't think that's it. You know, even first base, first base really just, you got to hit because there's a guy that can't play anywhere else on defense who can hit. That's the only reason. Like, I don't care about positional offense based on your position, but what I do care about is the fact that somebody else who can't play defense can hit better than you. They're going to put him at first. Or he's already at first because he's not a good defender. And so, I think that's the reason why you need a hitter at first base. Because I could get one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love him when he's here. Like, I love watching him play. I love how he plays. I love his enthusiasm, his energy. It's all good stuff, but I need you to be available. But we're going to have, there's just going to be a lot of questions to answer in the offseason too, like roster wise, that, it's going to be not going to be hard to fill up the 40 man, but it's going to be some decisions to see who doesn't get on the 40 man.
Sure. We're going to have plenty of time to talk about that and many other things. Weekend series in St. Louis, Quinn Matthews, Jared Jones tonight. And then a bunch of TBDs this weekend. Ashcraft goes Sunday. I don't know that they've listed anybody else yet. Let me check it one more time here. Nope, still some TBD. Oh, we got a Kyle. How do you say that last name? Leahy?
Sure.
And then Sunday, Braxton Ashcraft and Matthew Liberatore. So great. 2 lefties in this series. Quinn Matthews and then Liberatore. So we're going to have to, overcome all odds because it seems like everybody's lefties will face the Pirates this year. I might look it up. They might have faced the most lefties in the history of baseball.
Yeah.
And they stink against them.
It wouldn't surprise me.
And they stink against them.
What happened to 2026? We faced everyone's lefties.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's it. We'll be live Sunday, 8:30, I would assume. Unless anything changes, we'll be live. So come hang out with us Sunday night on YouTube. Join the chat and all that stuff. Let's get another series win and let's just keep going. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Play the games.
Play the games. That's why they're there. Let's go Bucs.
Let's go Bucs.
Thanks for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Subscribing to your platform of choice is the best way to be notified for new episodes. And now, new episodes every weekday.
They're not every day anymore.
Remember, live shows with my dad and Uncle Jake are Sundays at 9 p.m.
That's
Subscribe
8:30.
to the YouTube channel and join them in the live chat every Sunday. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Bridge2 Buctober. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. And let's go
Friday
Bucs.
is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.